Hi, Chris with Trimble Forensics Tech Tip Tuesdays. Do you use the Trimble SX10 to measure your crash or crime scenes? Well, if so, did you know that the relationship between the scan data and the survey data can be broken back at the office? This is the first in a two-part series where I show you how it can happen, how to avoid it, and in next week's episode we'll take a look at how to fix it if it does happen. So stick around.
So I've imported our final product into Reveal, and I've outlined the outside of the building where it should be in relation to the points that were shot. Now we have a control point that was on a steel girder, we have a control point that was on an exit light, and we have our backside here on our north wall, and we have another control point down on the southeast corner. And our OP, where our grab handle is at, is the station that all of these topo points are based off of. And again, I trace the outline of the point cloud just for reference purposes. And the correct point cloud in its correct alignment is shown here. So this is what it should look like. So now that we've seen what the project should look like, or what our end result should look like, let's jump over into Realworks and take a look at the project when we do a registration. So we've moved over to Trimble Realworks Forensic and we've imported our SX10 data in, and as we can see, there are a few problems with this scene, and that the point clouds are not registering properly, most likely due to bad moves. What we need to do is a cloud-to-cloud registration on this. So let's take a look at the relationship between our scan data and survey data before we jump into the registration. The way it should work is that at the scene we set up our station 1 and gather our topo points, either with a prism, reflectorless, or a mixture of both. We would also want to conduct a scan from this setup. So we have our scan data from station 1 in red, and we have our topo points as yellow dots. Now at the scene we move our SX10, but don't do a proper move with a low amount of error. This can be due to selecting the incorrect points of a resection, by mismeasuring the instrument height when conducting a traverse, or somebody may have inadvertently moved our control or common points without our knowledge. That creates a point cloud from Station 2 that should have matched up with our Station 1 point cloud, but due to a large amount of error in the move, it doesn't quite line up. The point cloud for Station 2 here is displayed in green. During the cloud-to-cloud registration process in Trimble Realworks Forensic, we want to keep the point cloud from Station 1 as our reference, and we want the point cloud from Station 2 to move to Station 1. If we move Station 1 to Station 2, we end up leaving our topo shots behind. So I'm almost done with my cloud-to-cloud registration, and I just have one final station left to register. Now, up until now, I've been using my registered group as my reference cloud, and my registered group is referenced to my OP1 coordinates. And the correct way to do this, to preserve the relationship between our scan data and survey data, would be to conduct the cloud-to-cloud registration here, with our registered being our reference, and our station 03 being our moving. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to reverse these, so that station 03 is going to stay put, and our registered group is going to move to station 03, and this is going to break the relationship between our scan data and survey data. And I'm done. It is a fully registered point cloud at this point, although when I moved station 03 to our registered group, what that has done is that has now moved all of our point clouds to our station 03 coordinate system, and in effect breaking the relationship between the scan data and then the survey data that was gathered on OP1. So now that we have our fully registered point cloud that is broken, let's jump back into Reveal and we'll look at the final result. So we're back in Trimble Forensics Reveal, and as we can see when we bring in our point cloud that we just registered in Trimble Realworks Forensic, the point cloud doesn't quite line up like it should. We should have a point cloud that lines up with the outline of our building, and this is the correctly registered point cloud with the outline. And here we have our point cloud that has broken the relationship between our scan data and survey data.
As you can probably see, this might cause us some issues when we get into Reveal and the scan and survey data don't match up like they should. In next week's episode, we're going to bring this data into Reveal, and I'll show you how to put the scan and survey data back together again so we can finish processing our scene. If you like this episode, feel free to hit the like and subscribe buttons, and be sure to check us out on Facebook and LinkedIn in the links below. If you have any comments or questions about this episode or any of the Trimble Forensic solutions, feel free to put them in the comment section. See you next week. Stay safe.